Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Life with Yenkosi. Today I'm doing a story time of how I ended up in hospital. How I got admitted to a hospital during lockdown, and how I also got tested for Covid19. So this is like fresh out the boat type of content. This happened yesterday. I got released yesterday, so this happened 2 days ago. So guys, let me start from the beginning. I took a tummy flash, some product that I saw on Twitter. Guys, these things that I see on Twitter are gonna kill me one of those days. But it was a product I saw on Twitter, so I took that. I'm gonna put a picture of what I took because I wanted to clean my system. I think I'd been eating a lot of junk food during this lockdown, so I wanted to just clean my system and stuff. So I took that, and then I doubled up with Brooklex's, this product, if anybody knows it. I've never used it. It was the first time I actually used this product. I'm never using it again. So I doubled up with that. So this is Wednesday. Yeah, this is Wednesday. During the day, I took it about 10 a.m. in the morning. And then by, I think 3 hours later, by 1, I already had like diarrhea. I had a runny tummy. So I thought, oh, it's working. Great. And that continued the whole afternoon. I had a runny tummy, so I thought it's working. And then I think fast forward till evening time, around 10 p.m. I made supper. I made such a nice dinner meal. I was trying something new. I'm probably going to put up a video on the meal that I was making. I was really excited about it. We had dinner, it was fine, and then went to sleep. So as I'm sleeping, my tummy starts to act up. So I'm telling my cousin, my tummy is just giving me problems, but I'm like, it's okay, I can manage it. It's a bit of diarrhea, so I keep going to the bathroom. So I'm thinking maybe the medication is still in my system, so it's still working. So sharp, okay, we sleep. And then I don't know what time I actually woke up. I think I woke up at around 4ish. A few hours later, I wake up in pain. It was like a nightmare, guys. I wake up in pain, and it's bad, hey? It's not even my actual tummy, like where there's intestines. It's up here, close to my chest. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? I go and make a hot water bottle. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this thing just needs heat. Let me make a hot water bottle. I do that, and I take 2 Panados. Sharp. I think that's what aggravated the whole thing. As soon as there was liquid in my system, I started throwing up. I threw out all those Panados. So I'm like, shucks, this is getting serious. So I'm throwing up. My cousin comes in. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm not sure, but let's see how it goes. So I come back, I try to lie down. Now guys, the pain is intense. Out of 10, it's a 12. It's like intense. I can't sleep, I can't lie down, I can't stand up, I can't sit down. I just don't know what to do with myself. So I'm just like, let me hold on, give it a few more minutes, maybe it's gonna die down. I think I waited for about an hour, so I think until 4 a.m, 5ish. And I'm like, listen, this is not getting better. In fact, it's getting worse. So let's call an ambulance. Call my dad. So we call my cousin calls my dad. She's like, maybe I should let her come talk about that. Yeah, I'll let her come talk about that. So guys, this is Alice. You know her from my previous video. She's gonna be telling us about what happened from her perspective because she was there.
Okay, so guys, we got to bed. It was around 11ish, 12ish, thereabout. Mihla was complaining about her tummy. I didn't buy the story because I also was not feeling well because we drank the same dosage and everything. So then we sleep. She's like, Alice, my tummy. I'm like, okay, bye. You know what? I'm sleeping. Then we sleep. 4 hours later, it was around 4. And then my sister starts tossing and turning. I'm deep in my sleep. At first, I think like I'm dreaming, but I'm like, wait a minute. Alice, you're not dreaming. Then she wakes up. She's still lying on the floor. She's like, I'm not okay. I'm like, what's up? I was like,
she didn't believe me this time.
I didn't believe her. I didn't believe her. I don't wanna lie. I'm like, this one, no. Probably she's not feeling sleepy and she just wants some attention.
Imagine.
So then she wakes up, she goes to the kitchen, the water bottle, puts the kettle on, everything. She comes back, she tries to lay down. I'm half asleep, I'm half awake. I haven't entertained her. She's doing all this by herself. I'm just like, girl, are you okay?
Imagine, guys.
Are you okay?
I could
And
have
she's
died.
like, okay. And she's like, no, I'm not fine, wada. Then I'm like, Mihla is sick, hey. I wake up like struggling. Those who know me, guys, like I love my sleep and I sleep so early. So chances are when I'm like 3 or 4 hours into my sleep, I'm deep in my sleep, and for me to get back to life, it takes like some time. So I'm like, Mihla is really sick. I get up, she's in the bathroom, guys. She's vomiting. I'm like, wait a minute, are you dying right now?
Guys, I was vomiting. Hey,
So she was vomiting. I'm like, damn, this is serious, Mihla. What are we supposed to do? It's 4 a.m. Where am I supposed to call? What am I supposed to do? She's like, no, wait, let's hold on. Let me see if I can take this. Let me see if I can tolerate this one more time. She goes on and goes on. But I'm still like, sharp.
Get sharp.
Sharp, Mutu. They were just dying. She's dying, guys. Then, long story short, she comes back to the bedroom. Then I'm like trying to take care of her. Should I hold your hand? Should I put you hot water? I'm like, okay, at least if she dies, I would have done a good deed. Because I'm like, what if she's gonna die? Because literally, I've never been with someone who's ill to sick to that extent.
Yeah, we've never had anybody sick.
Yeah, we've always been
fine.
So I'm seeing someone vomiting and it's not starting to be scary. I'm like, Alice, what if Mihla actually dies? What are you gonna do? Then guys, okay. Then she goes into bed, she tries toss and turn. Alice, I can't do this.
I couldn't lie down, guys. Every angle was painful.
It was, yeah, and I could see that she's actually in pain. She's not trying to fake it or anything. Then I'm like, Mihla, what are we supposed to do? Mihla, like, Alice, call the ambulance. Okay.
Call the ambulance.
I dial the ambulance number, the phone rings, no one picks up. I tried like 3 times. I'm like, Mihla, they're not answering. I'm gonna call your dad. Then that's when I called Mihla's dad, and yeah. Then after that, the dad also said, just keep trying the ambulance. We're on our way, wada. Then I'm like, okay, the ambulance wasn't working for me. Then I went to ask Mihla's roommate, Kimon. Such a wonderful lady, guys.
She's the best. She's the best. Eh?
She's such a sweetheart. So then I wake her up. I tell her about everything. It's like, no, not a problem. I'm gonna take Mihla to the hospital. Then yeah, guys.
Yeah, that's it. I don't remember much when I was in the car. I just remember us arriving.
Because 1 minute when we were in the car, I literally thought she was dead. Like, I couldn't even see Mihla breathing or anything. She was just lying there.
Quiet.
Like, a dead person. I'm like, okay, so guys, this is what happened. It was really, really scary. So now, I think I just learned to appreciate. Life is too short. I literally thought I was gonna,
guys.
She was gonna die.
I was gonna leave her alone on this earth. Hey, imagine, guys.
Yeah, so guys,
so
that's what
when we got to the hospital, what happened?
When we got to the hospital, there was a queue. Because literally when you get there, they have to test everybody. So we get there, then Mihla is by the queue. Then I'm sure they saw that this person is actually sick. Then one of the nurses came and they're like, okay, we're going to skip the queue. Then they take our temperatures. Mihla was 36.5.
I can't remember.
It was 36.7, guys. I thought I was like, hey man, am I corona sick? Because the doctor was like,
that's quite high.
36.7. Then I'm like, okay, but no, nothing happened. Then I had to take they gave me some documents to fill on Mihla's behalf, and they took Mihla in a wheelchair. Then I was left outside when
that was the last time I saw anybody I know, guys, up until I got released, like until 24 hours later or something, 36 hours later. I hadn't seen anyone from my family. There were no visitors allowed whatsoever.
We didn't miss her. I'm joking, guys.
They missed me.
Like, literally,
they were
guys.
calling me.
Hey. You don't realize someone's worth up until they're not there. Like, literally, whenever I visit Mihla's place, she's always around. It was the first time where I slept and Mihla wasn't around. It was so awkward, guys. It was so awkward. I slept around, I think, 2 a.m.
She couldn't sleep without me. She couldn't sleep without me. So, yeah, guys, I'll continue from when they took me with the wheelchair into the hospital. So when we at Sunninghill Hospital, Netcare Sunninghill, and as you go inside, they check everyone. There's like a screening process. They check your temperature. Somebody brings a wheelchair for me because they can see that I'm struggling to walk. I can't do anything. I'm in pain. So they brought the wheelchair out. They put me in the wheelchair, and that was the last time I saw my family. Well, I saw my cousin and my housemate. Kimon, that was the last time I saw them. They wheel me in, they take me straight to the ER, and they ask me, ma'am, what's going on? I'm like, I'm in pain, I've got abdominal pain, I can't sit, can't lie down, can't do anything. They take me into the emergency room, and then they start to ask you those questions. Have you traveled? I'm like, no, I haven't traveled anywhere. All those questions. And then, guys, I promise you, in these situations, God sends angels. As I'm sitting there, the nurse is like, hey, Matibe, Mitlayenkosi, did you go to this high school? I'm like, yeah, I went to the high school. It's like, I went to the high school too. She's like, lower your mask, and I lower my mask. I'm like, I know you. So the nurse turns out to be like an ex-schoolmate of mine. She was like a grade behind me. So I'm like, this is awesome. Somebody who knows me. You know how nurses sometimes are just mean. So I'm also happy to have a nurse that actually cares. So yeah, happy, shout out to you if you're watching this video. So she pretty much takes care of me from there. I'm telling her that I'm in pain. Then they put a drip on me. Guys, anybody knows I don't like needles, I don't like pain, I don't like all of that. But the words of Pastor Papu, if you've been attending the virtual devotion, crossover virtual devotion, there was a time where there was Pastor Papu and we were talking about the problem with pain. And the words kept bringing in my mind to say the only way to prepare for pain is to know that it's coming. So I kept saying, expect the pain is coming. Of course, if they're going to put a drip on you, it's going to be painful. So they put a drip on me on the one side, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. The pain is here, the pain is coming. He starts to check me. They're trying to let me lie down. I couldn't lie down. Like, lying down was, painful. Couldn't lie down, but they tried to put me on the bed, and they put the drip on me. They put, I think, pain medication on the drip, and then we were just waiting for it to kick in. But in the meantime, then I had a feeling to throw up, so I wanted to start throwing up. And then the nurse, happy, is like, no, we actually expecting that as part of the side effects of the pain medication. So I started to throw up. And then I lie back down, and I kept counting. I don't know, I kept counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kept counting up until I couldn't feel the pain that much. So I'm like, okay, the pain has subsided. So she comes back, Happy comes back, and she's like, I'm actually a night shift person, so my night shift is over. It's in the morning. I'm leaving, but they're gonna come and take a blood sample, and they're gonna come and take a urine sample from you. I wish you the best, basically. And so she leaves. So I'm sitting in the room by myself, and guys, the doctor comes to see me. She says, how's the pain levels? I'm telling her, out of 10, I'm probably at 8. It's bearable, but it's still quite painful. She says, okay, we're just gonna wait for the medication to kick in. Relax. So I sit on the bed. At this point, I'm trying to sit on the bed. And then now another nurse comes in. She puts in plugs. I think they were trying to check my heart or something. They put those patchy things on me to check my heart rate and everything like that. So that's fine. Hey guys, and then another nurse comes in a few minutes later, and he says, I'm here to test you for COVID-19. I'm like, no way. He's like, I'm here to test you for COVID-19. So I'm like, do they test the way I've seen them test on the internet? He's like, yes. He pulls out a swab this big, guys. And I ask him, is it painful? He says, well, he conducts about 500, 600 of these tests a day. He's seen different reactions. Some are champ about it, some are like crying about it. So it really depends on the person. I'm like, I've watched those videos, guys, when they're testing people, and I'm like, I never thought it would happen to me. So it's like, you need to hold on to something. So hold on to the side of your bed, and I'm like, oh my God, do I really have to do this? It's like, I'm like, can't you take my blood? Can't you do something? It's like, no, this is the quickest way. I'm like, how long will it take? It's like 5 seconds max. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Yay, guys. It's not painful. It's not painful. It's uncomfortable. Imagine a swab this big going up your nose, guys. So it's not really painful. It's just uncomfortable. So he put it in, and I just went, I was shocked. Yay. I was shocked. And then they pretty much swab the back of your nose. I don't know. And then they take it out, and I was like, damn, And it's like your results, because you're in the hospital, your results are going to take longer than if you weren't in the hospital. So it's going to be a couple of hours. You're probably going to have them by evening today or early morning tomorrow. It's about 24 hours. I'm like, okay, cool. Then when he walks out, another nurse comes in. No, the doctor comes in. The doctor says, listen, we're going to admit you because your blood pressure is high, and we can see that your stomach is inflamed, and your pancreas is affecting your pancreas, so we need to keep you in for observation. And obviously, because you're in pain medication right now, we're gonna have to see as the day goes. So I'm like, you're gonna admit me? She says yes. I don't want to lie, guys. Everything she said from there, I can't remember. I was just thinking, I'm gonna get admitted. I'm gonna get admitted. I've never been admitted to a hospital before. I thought I was just going to the emergency room. They're gonna give me some pain medication. I'm gonna go home. So now when she says we're actually gonna admit you, I begin to legit freak out. So I'm like, okay, she leaves. I'm still just thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. I'm getting admitted. And then, guys, another nurse comes in. She says, Matiba. And I'm like, Matibe? She's like, yes. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And she starts to take off my drip. And then I'm like, okay, how long will I be here? She says, oh no, we're releasing you. So I'm like, oh, okay. The doctor said I'm actually getting admitted. So she's like, oh, okay, that's strange. She removes my drip, she goes, and then she comes back again. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just confused you with another patient. You guys have similar surnames, but it's not you. So I'm gonna have to put back the drip on your other arm. Guys, I'm like, do you have to? I mean, she's like, no, I really have to, because if you're getting admitted, they're gonna use the drip to put medication on you. So I have to put back the drip. She apologized profusely, like, I'm really, really sorry, I just confused your names. And she put the drip on the other hand. Guys, like I'm saying, the words of Pastor Pabu kept bringing in my mind. The only way to prepare for pain is to know it's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. They're injecting a needle, it's gonna be painful. So that's what happened. Then processed and moved from the emergency room to like isolation and a general ICU. So because of corona, everybody's put in isolation up until they are corona negative. So they had to put me in isolation. So they take me to my room. They say, can you walk? I'm like, I can walk. She's like, I think I should just put you in a wheelchair. And I'm like, oh, okay. I think I wasn't coming to terms with the fact that I'm actually a patient, because I was like, of course I'm in pain, but I'm okay. Like, I'm not dying or anything like that. So they take me to the intensive care units, into an isolation room, and then from there I have another nurse, Sister Nombuso. They plug me up. I'll put up a picture, guys, of my room. You see the movies where there's like a heart machine and stuff plugged up to you and a drip? All of that was on me. I was freaking out. I was like, oh, this is actually happening. What? So they plug me onto all that stuff. They keep asking me, how's the pain? I'm like, at this point, my pain is probably a 2 out of 10. It's not that intense. I'm okay. They're like, no, we're just gonna keep monitoring you and putting you on pain medication. And then she tells me, I'm gonna inject your stomach directly, because I'm trying to protect your stomach lining from all the medication, the pain medication that we've been putting you on. So I'm like, you're gonna inject my tummy directly? She's like, yes. Don't touch it, because if you touch it, it's gonna cause bruising. So I'm like, okay, guys, remember, pain is coming. Prepare for it. It's here. So she injects me, and I'm okay. It was the craziest things. I thought I would be screaming because of the pain, but I was okay. And then, yes, so that was that. They kept me the whole day. I couldn't have solids. They told me, you can't have solids, you're gonna have liquids. So they gave me apple juice. I'll put up a picture of hospital food. Everything you see in the movies is pretty much it. Jelly, soup, apple juice. So that's what they gave me. And the jelly was nice, eh? Just on the side. Guys, the jelly is actually really nice. So then I fell asleep. From then on, I woke up at night, sometime at night, because the thing kept beeping and people were calling me as well. So I was answering my phone, telling everybody that I'm okay, they shouldn't worry. They're just keeping me overnight for observation. I'm plugged up to machines, but I'm not in pain or anything like that. And so that was it. And then I slept. They kept injecting me with some pain medication. I don't know what it's called, but they kept injecting me with some pain medication. And then at night, I remember I had a moment at night, guys, where I was just sitting there like, God, what's going on? I mean, I'm not a sickly person. I rarely ever get sick. So what's this, you know? I'm just having a moment with you. Like, what's going on? Because God does this, makes these things happen to your life just to remind you of something, or they just want your full attention. So I was literally like, God, you have my full attention. What's going on? And we just had a conversation from there. And then I fell asleep, and then around 4ish, 5 a.m., another lady comes in, walks in. She says, I'm here to take your blood samples. So I'm like, more needles. She injects me here. Think of a vein here, because here, guys, remember there was a drip and the drip was removed and put here. So she had to find another spot where she could draw back blood. And more needles. She pricked me. She took the blood. By the way, this whole time they've been pricking me to take my sugar levels, pricking me to get my blood pressure, all of those things. I have that, what's that pressure thing, guys, that they use, they pump and whatever, and it shows your blood pressure, I think. At that point, guys, I wasn't even feeling the pain anymore. I kept preparing myself for it, like, okay, we're drawing blood, do what you need to do. And then in the morning, the nurse comes in. You guys, we have a different nurse every time. So I had a nurse in the emergency room, the lady that I knew. I had a nurse when I got into the ICU in the morning. I had a nurse in the intensive care, the day nurse. And then at night, I had another nurse. And then the next morning, I had a different nurse. So I'd encountered like 5 to 6 nurses in that one day. So then it's 24 hours. I'm still at the hospital. They're waiting for my coroner results. Guys, at night when I was sleeping, I would dream. I don't know whether I was dreaming or what. And I would dream actually having corona. Waking up in the morning, they're saying you have corona. I was having those nightmares. So I kept asking them, are my results back? They're like, no, not yet. And I could hear voices, you know, when you're sleeping and the nurses are talking, I could hear them saying, oh, who is corona negative, and who is corona negative, oh, your patient's results ain't back. So that was making me freak out. Anyway, by 7 a.m., the nurse comes in. She says, you corona negative, so we're going to be moving you from the intensive care unit and putting you in a normal ward. I'm just going to prepare the paperwork for you and bring you food. I'm like, okay, great. They then move me to the ward. Also, I'm being wheeled everywhere I go in a wheelchair. I hate it so much, guys, because I was like, I can't walk. She's like, no, I just don't want you to finish off all your energy. It's okay, I'll push you. And they took me to the ward. When I got to the ward, guys, it was very bright there. It was very white, bright. It was white, old white ladies there, and I was like, I ain't staying here. I'm not. So I'm asking the nurse, when am I getting released? Because I mean, my corona results are out and I'm no longer in pain. So I feel like, you know, I don't want to be in the hospital longer than I really have to. And she's like, no, you just have to wait for the doctor to get here, and he's the one who can release you. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm sitting there with these other ladies. Already when I get there, guys, this one lady opposite my bed is like, you need to take off your socks. And I'm like, do I need to take off my socks? I asked my nurse, and my nurse is like, no, you don't have to take off your socks. Actually, ignore her. The lady apparently was just talking the whole time, acting like she's a nurse, and yeah, it was just weird. And I immediately was like, I'm not staying here. I'm not. I just want to go home. Fast forward, the doctor comes in around 11-12 morning, and he asked me how am I feeling. I'm like, I'm great. I'm like, good. He's like, I would recommend to keep you for another day. There's another specialist coming tomorrow who might put a camera into your system just to check your like torso is okay. It's gonna check your tummy, your pancreas, and all of that, your intestines, and all of that, and just check if it's fine. And when I was like, but he's like, that's entirely up to you. I think you're fine, but this is just an extra precautionary measure. And I was like, no, I think I'm good. I'm good. It's like, okay, if you're good and you're great, I can sign your release form, discharge record just now. And that's what he did. And I was like, yes, I'm going home. And yeah, guys, that's what happened. Then I got released. They gave me medication, and that was it. My cousin and my housemate came to pick me up from the hospital, and that was pretty much it. It was quite scary, guys. Like, there were moments there where I was like, what if this is it? This is how I leave this earth. You know, people go into the hospital for something entirely different and end up leaving in like a body bag, or like die because of something completely unrelated. You know, those things do happen. So my mom, I was talking to my family the whole time. My mom, my dad, they kept saying, make sure you're aware, be alert of what's happening around you, because you know you might get an infection, and then the whole thing is just escalated to something else. So the whole time I was just like, I don't want to stay here longer than I need to. As soon as the doctor says I can go, I am out of here. So yes, guys, for those who didn't know, I was at the hospital. Please don't be upset that I didn't tell you. I mean, you were not a priority as I was lying there in bed fighting for my life. You were the last person on my mind, okay? So now at least you know, and I'm okay. I'm recovering. Yes, guys, so that's what happened. Hey, imagine being hospitalized during this corona pandemic. Like, it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. These things do happen to me, like only me, right? Like, I had to go through this. Why? But you know, everything has a reason, and everything has a spiritual reasoning behind it. So every time things happen to me, I'm like, what's God trying to say to me? What's happening? You know. So yeah, that was it. Thank you to all my friends that were calling me, texting me, those that knew. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate every one of you that was calling and texting me. To my family, my parents, my cousins, special thanks to Kimon and Alice for just being awesome. They took me to the hospital, and they came to pick me up from the hospital. Yes, guys, so that's what happened. How I ended up in hospital. I'm corona negative, guys. At least now I know that I'm corona negative. So, you know, it's awesome. I'm part of the stats of people that have been tested and confirmed to be negative. I promise to put up some videos. I have some videos lined up on my hair and cooking videos, so you guys better watch out for that. And please go watch my other videos if you haven't already, and of course like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I love you.